seconds. This is the home stretch. Who's the better detective? So let's go. Farsoon, how many did you have? Actually, let's give 15 seconds. Count them up, tally them, write your number at the top. 15, go. You guys who are walking in so silently, not being distracted, doing a great job. Back up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. Farsoon, how many? Let's go. Shanice, how many? 14. Let's go. Jordan, how many? 15. Over here to Watson. Let's go. Barron, how many? How many? Haley, how many? Go. Andrea, how many? We're all up here. If you guys just walked in, try to pick up what we're talking about. I need someone to tally these up. When you have it, raise your hand. William? 38. Over here. Raising your hand. Booker? 16. So it looks like Holmes is our winner. However, there's something that I need to show you. Can I see yours? There's a piece of information that we don't yet have. I'm going to show you the difference between your two challenges. Mr. Holmes' group looked like this. Mr. Watson's group looked like this. Raising our hands, what's the difference? Barron.
They had words and we didn't.
They had words and you didn't. I want you, in the next 30 seconds, to turn and tell a neighbor, why do you think we did this? How does this relate to literature and what we've been doing in class? 30 seconds, go.
Can you tell me how this relates?
Alright, bring it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have your eyes? Hands, what do you guys think? What's a connection you can make? I have 1. It's not really a right or wrong answer here. I'm just trying to think of your thoughts. 2, 3, 4. Go ahead. Chuck Rogers.
It looked like characterization because you said direct characterization is easy to find because we use the words, so we know how to find it. Indirect, so we have to look for it.
Okay, indirect and direct characterization. That what the meaning is, right? What you're looking for. Anything else that you guys noticed? Thinking about how what have we been looking for with our EBCs? What do we always have to find? Raising your hands. Booker? We have to make a claim. What do we have to do to make the claim? Baron? Yeah, we gotta have evidence. So what could this be telling us about EBCs and finding evidence, Jordan?
We had
You both had to find evidence, right? You had it given to you? Yeah. You guys had the clues. You knew exactly what you were looking for. Excellent. So bringing it back up here, when we know what we're looking for, it is so much easier to make meaning and to really understand what an author is trying to tell us. So far, I have almost 100% in all eyes up here. So far, you guys have been doing a really good job of taking a tool that I've given you. So I've said, okay, you need to find indirect characterization, or you need to find external conflict. And you've used that and you've been able to find your text evidence. But, on your interim assessment, and on college essay tests that you will get, and eventually on state tests that you will get, you will be asked to write an essay and read a passage and write an essay about the meaning the author has without knowing, or without being given that literary tool. You have to find it. So we need to be able to practice that so that you guys can then find that meaning without the tool given to you, which is exactly what we're doing today. Okay. All right, let's go ahead, Booker, read our first aim for us, and then let's have Sheila read our second aim once it's on here. There you go.
Define trends in the text. The words we give define trends in the text.
Words will be able to find the trend in the text, identify a literary tool, make connections between evidence, and formulate a claim without knowing tools beforehand.
Good. This is our next step, moving away from me giving you the tool. You're going to be able to find it on your own. This is the question we're answering. We're going to read a pretty dramatic text today. I think you guys will like it. Maybe a level 1, not under, because I'm not here, somebody yes, please. It's by Sharon Flake. We're trying to figure out what's her message, how is she sending it. Right now we're going to be true detectives. You guys have the opportunity to earn an urgency merit. Listen carefully. The 2 things I need you to do. Number 1, we need to put our do now crossword underneath our desk when I say go. Number 2, starting with, you guys already passed them out? Okay, so next time just wait till I ask you to pass it, but you already have it, so that's great. Just go ahead and make sure your name, teacher, blocks on that, and your eyes on me. We're going to go ahead and just give 15 seconds for this. Go. 15. We've got our header at the top. All eyes up here. We're so close to having every single pair of eyes at the end of the bell. We'll get that next time. Right now, we're going to be writing down what's up here. We're going to think what exactly is a trend that we're looking for and how do authors use it. So let's make sure we are focused up top here. Let's get this down. Literary scholars are good detectives. They notice trends or patterns in the text. Just like you guys notice trends, you notice patterns in that crossword puzzle. A trend or pattern in a text is when the author uses the same literary tool multiple times. When we see them using that internal conflict again and again, we want to notice that pattern. That's what's going to help us figure out the meaning. Okay? tools that we can look for. We know we can look for internal and external what, class? Good. Conflict. Direct and indirect what?
Characterization.
Excellent. We haven't talked about this in class, but when the author paints a picture using the 5 senses, hands for what that is. Love the hands, Frank.
Imagery.
Imagery. We can look for that imagery the author uses. We see that a lot in poems, but we also see it in fiction. And then another one that we see in poems, but also in fiction, is our figurative language. Those similes, those metaphors, those plays on words the author will use. These patterns act as clues. Sherlock's team was able to have a lot more clues, which helps them figure out the meaning and get more words faster. When we are able to find these in a text, that gives us more clues for figuring out the author's message, which we know is also called the theme. All right. Before we move on, I want you guys to go ahead and flip this over. You're going to quiz yourself. You're going to tell your neighbor 2 things. 1, what is a trend that we might find in a text? And 2, what are the different tools we're looking for as we're looking for those trends? Go ahead and tell a neighbor those 2 things. Go. We're going to try this. The author uses what? What did you say? Literally. Good. Back up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's a trend track, Joe? In a text, what's a trend? When an author uses that literary tool again and again, just it's like a pattern. You see something over and over again, we want to be able to pick up on that. What are some of those tools that we're looking for? Bridget?
Indirect characterization, internal external conflict. Is there another one?
That last one, there's one more. Imagery. Good. Everyone flip back over. Put a check next to these first 2, since those are the 2 we've talked a lot about in class. Then look down to the why. I'm going to skip the how because I'm going to ask you to figure that out in just a second when I model it. But why is this important? Well, first of all, when literary scholars, that's you, when they notice trends within a text, they can better understand the author's purpose.